On page 14, let's change this guy. I don't like that. We're going to change this to y is greater than negative root x plus 4. I don't like what I gave you. I also don't like this one. This is dumb. So we're going to say y is greater than negative x squared plus 3. I would like this 3 to come out front. Y is less than or equal to 3, absolute value of x minus 4. Then you can cross this one off. Well, no, it's a good practice. It'll be a good practice. We'll come back to it. We are on page 16. We were just dealing with graphing these functions, but now I just want to solve them. And you're like, what does that even mean? When you're given these absolute value equations, we have to have two answers sometimes. And what that means is, let's think about this. Does anyone remember how to solve these? Okay, you guys, whenever you've got an absolute value equation, go and get rid of those bars. We can solve this like normal. If we got rid of those bars, what would x have to be less than or equal to? 5. Thanks, bud. Now, notice this cute little thing I wrote up here. Instead of greater and less than, I wrote greater and less than, which is obnoxious, but it's based on this symbol. It's based on this symbol. What would you say this symbol is? A less than, right? So what that tells you, since this is a less than, we're going to say and between this and the other function that we come up with. The other function is always what was in the bars. Everything in the bars stays, x minus 2. What we do need to do is flip that inequality and also change the sign of the answer. What would my x be greater than or equal to then? Agreed. So then you guys, if I were to look at that on a line, you might need a line, you might not. Put those in order from least to greatest. If x is greater than or equal to negative 1, don't you agree? On negative 1, I'd be saying, oh, we got to go greater than, and it'd go that way. What about less than or equal to 5? I'd be less than or equal to 5, and I'd go that way. So my question is, where do they both happen? Because it's an and, I need to know where do they overlap? Where are my answers going to be? Love it. Okay, how am I going to say that? Smallest number goes on the left, bigger number goes on the right, x goes in the middle. The sign will always be a less than or equal to sign. Actually, the sign is, the or equal to comes from here. It's letting me know my x's have to be bigger than negative 1, but less than 5. Here we go. Help me out. I want you to know, before we break these into their two equations, we always need to get the absolute value by itself. So we got to first start with a little 4x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 21. Okay, who can, for their ring pop, give me both of these equations? Don't worry about the word yet. Don't worry about the word. What would the first one be? Right, I know your mouth is salivating for this. Here, let's do it. Beautiful. I'm going to skip the word. Right, other equation.
4x minus 2 is less than or equal to 3.
Yes. So she went, boop, going to change that sign, and boop, going to change that sign. Awesome, right? You guys, what sign is this? Greater than or equal to. And how I'm going to say it obnoxiously is greater than. All right, Lobley is ready for this. Lob. If it's an or, oh wait, Lob, let's go solve first. Go add that 2 for me. What do we got?
23.
4x is greater than or equal to 23. Keep going, Lob.
It's going to be x is greater than or equal to 23 over 4.
Perfect. I don't care what that decimal is. Great. Let's do the right-hand one.
It's going to be 19.
Yep, negative 19.
Then x is less than or equal to negative 19 over 4.
Yes, sir. So, Lob, when I go to graph this or, and again, I always put the numbers from least to greatest. When I graph those, and you're telling me I need to be less than negative 19 fourths. At negative 19 fourths, which way do you want me to go? Less would go left. Boom. What about when you want me to be greater than or equal to 23 fourths?
Right.
Agreed. I made them solid dots because they're or equal tos. Lobley, do you think that there's a number out there that is less than negative 19 fourths or bigger than 23 fourths?
No.
Or, it's an or. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I could be like negative 100. Negative 100 is less than negative 19 fourths, is not bigger than 23 fourths, but the or allows it to work one way or the other. So, Lob, my answer for this one is just going to be those two statements. We cannot write them all fancy like we did over here because this signifies it's an and, meaning the overlap in the middle. So, what if this one was an and? Here's my question. Oh, Dean says there's no solution. Dean, you're saying that there's no number that's less than negative 19 fourths as well as bigger than 23 fourths? Yeah. Completely agree. Okay, I gave a variety of these problems because there are some disclaimers going on. Meaning, my cute little great or and less than only work when my absolute value is written first. Notice what I haven't done here. It's written on the right side. I'll rewrite it, okay? So maybe let's bring my 3 over first. What if we bring my 3 over, then we move it around? Or if we bring my 3 over, you cool with saying 4 is less than x plus 1? Yeah? Okay, Kier. Flip it for me if you would. Rewrite that absolute value first. Beautiful. Okay, Kier, I also need my 2 different equations. Ooh, she said, boo, and ooh. Love it. Okay, here, my greater and my less than is based on when we rewrote it with my absolute value first. What sign is that? It's a greater than sign. So what word do I want to use? Great or less than. Or, boom. So this is going to be an or. Boom, boom. Let's go solve for it. I know you got this. Let's subtract 1. What we got? X is greater than? 3. Yes, ma'am. And X is less than?
-5.
You got it, boo. So when I go to my number line, and I put -5 on the left and 3 on the right, they said I want it to be less than -5. Which way do you want me to go, left or right for less?
Left.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to keep it an open circle because it's not or equal to. You guys, we got to go greater than 3. Liz, right or left for greater?
Right.
Perfect. Lizzie, do you think that there are some numbers out there that are either less than -5, like -7, or greater than 3?
No. Yes.
I know, it's hard. Is -7 less than -5?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't fit this one, but an or just means either one can work. Meaning, you or Lexi are here today. It's true, you're here. You know what I mean? I only need one to be true. So because this is an or, we can do it. And this is going to be my final answer. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. This guy. What do we got to do first? Now I'm throwing this to the wolves. Char.
Rearrange it.
I love it. What's coming first? My x minus 2 is coming first. Char, I'm going to make you do a lot in one step because I also want you to move that thing over. X minus 2 is what to 9?
Less than.
C. You rewrote that perfectly. Give me my 2 equations, sir.
And then x minus 2 is greater than -9.
Okay, x minus 2 is greater than -9. I agree. I rewrite it without the bars as one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to have the 2. Okay, based on this symbol. Now we have to do it based on this symbol, bud, because I rewrote my absolute value first. Greater or less than?
Less than.
Good. So what word am I going to use? Or and? You know it. You guys, isn't that a handy dandy trick? Help me out. Harriet, help me out. What's my x going to be less than here? You know it. What about over here? Yes, ma'am. Harriet, when I throw these on a number line, to be less than 11, I would start at 11 and I'd go left. To be greater than -7, I'd start at -7, go right. You told me and, or someone did, Char did. Where will my answers be? Since it's an and, for me to say Lexi and Lizzie must be here every day. They both must be here. Lexi, I hope you feel better. So both answers must be compensated for. So what do we want to say our answer is going to be, Hare? You got perfect. The only thing I want you to change, girlfriend, is don't make it equal to just because it didn't start equal to. That's the only thing. That's perfect. She read it from left to right. These signs will always match and they will always be less thans. So good. Jacob, here we go. Get my absolute value by itself. Talk to me.
Add 3x.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
Mm-hmm. Stick with your guns. Do it.
Well, now it's by itself, so you can put it into the two different things.
Yep, please do that.
Alright, so you got 3x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 3x, and 3x plus 4 is less than or equal to negative 3x.
Love it. What word do you want me to put in between?
Or,
Great or. I love that. Thank you so much. You thought you were done. Keep going.
alright. Well, to simplify the first one, it's just 4 is greater than or equal to 0.
You got it. When we moved those three X's, you get what? Is that a true statement? Yeah. So like we're not mad at anything. Yeah, 4 is bigger than 0. It's not helping us though, right? Okay.
And then 4 is less than or equal to negative 6x.
Okay, he went ahead and did that, and then that. So we got 4 is less than or equal to negative 6x.
So then negative 4th 6th
Yeah.
less than or equal to x.
You divided by a negative. What do we have to do?
Flip side.
Yeah, so we got negative 4 6. We are not going to leave that as negative 4 6, sir. Negative. Thanks, Sarah. Negative 2/3. Flip that sign, y'all. Make yourself little reminders. We got to flip that sign. We divided by a negative. You boys, if I were to rewrite that, I want my x first so that we know which way to draw the line. I think it's easier for my arrow. So you guys, it's just saying 4 is greater than 0, true. This is the only thing that is restraining it. My x just has to be less than or equal to negative 2/3. I'm down with that.